Hello everyone and welcome back to Beyond the Veil background information. We're doing another character profile and we're going to be doing Emmeline Feinstein. She's the uh, female protagonist of the romantic partner of Vittorio. So as usual I'm going to give you a quote. I'm going to then talk about little bits about the character when I was making them, and then I'll give you their profile. Now, the partners don't actually normally get a profile that I put up on Patreon at the moment, so this is their first full profile that you can listen into. So let's get into it. Emmeline was 14, 2 years older than Vito, but since that day, Vito had seen her running in a newly harvested field with some of the other kids in the neighbourhood. Vittoria had wanted nothing more than to run with her. Quote from the Crooked Serpent. Emmeline is my chubby little heroine. Being a chubster myself, I was always irritated that in romance stories she never had either character with a bit of girth, fantasy or not, but also even in other stories, no matter the genre. So when I had to choose someone to match up with Vittorio, I thought he needed someone more mature, but was never going to fit into the damsel stereotype. Though Emmeline does get captured at one point, she doesn't exactly let it happen easily, and she makes sure never to be weak in these matters. She's very brave, especially considering everything she's facing, and to be fair, I made her stay as strong as she could because in her situation, you're either going to keep hope and stay strong, live in denial, live in the moment, or rot down into madness. But I really like Emmeline. She's a good character and very much grows to love Vittorio because initially he's a bit of an annoyance, and I hope you read the story. I hope if you read the story you'll enjoy her too. So name, Emmeline Feinstein. Position, she's a sparkler vampire. Story featured in The Crooked Serpent and various other stories. Role, secondary protagonist. Gender, female. Description, short, chubby, broad-hipped and shouldered. Milky coloured skin. Blue eyes, brown hair and dimples. She has a naturally tough attitude and manner in her voice that shows that she's not used to being bossed around, and she never accepts anything lightly. She is actually rather strong and muscular because of the work she does, but her natural ability to put on weight makes her seem larger than she is, and certainly she acts a lot older than she is. Realm, the Veil. Abilities, typical vampire abilities, although not as immune to disease due to not drinking human blood at all, so can get sickly easily. Master, the Almighty. Personality, stubborn, tough, responsible, but very loving. She tends to take everything on and hold it into herself, sometimes blowing up and getting angry over silly things, but she tries to be sensible and she is a warrior. She's very loving and affectionate when she chooses to be, and if you're on her bad side, you'll damn well know it. Relations, apart from her parents, in the story of course, there's her cousin Ruprecht. History, born in the Vale under the control of Valentino Pipistrello, rather than under his family, by some luck, Emmeline grows up in a happy, tight-knit family with a great respect for the changes and for the Pipistrello that treat her family and her people with respect. She works grazing cattle, and though she does get an education, it's part-time because she's needed to help with the cattle, and she often helps pay for her cousin Ruprecht's more important education by working the goats at the local school. She is serious from the beginning and very motherly, but she makes surprising friends with a boy Ruprecht's age, and that is Ruprecht's friend named Vittorio. She is surprised that he's always at her heels, and that he always wants to spend time with her, and generally she just assumes it's because he's got no siblings and no mother. As time goes by and she grows up, the concerns in the world beyond regarding the purists and their attacks on sparklers like her are problematic. She has already gone through her change, and the clipping of her fangs when she cannot attend the family gathering for Ruprecht's fang clipping, held by the main family, and it saves her life but brings reality crashing down upon her. Final comments, I like Emily. She's not one of my chubby heroines, like Serena is, but she has to grow up under the worst circumstances in this story, and before even Vittorio is aware of what's going on in the world, she's already been affected. Anyway, I'll put a link in the video description, but it's a heavy book. It's a good book, it's a heavy book though. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you very much. Bye.